What's going on, guys? It's your boy Adoptionism here, bringing you guys a video of a hugely massive update that that Bungie has let out for Destiny today. Now, mind you, it is November 17th, about 12:23 p.m. And they usually, like, when they say that when they announce that an update is live and it's going hard right now, usually that's because they like to do it in like zones. Like I can't remember, they had an update at one point where it was shutting off the servers, but yet East Coast people were still up and people in the UK weren't. That's because they it's like they started in the UK, it worked their way to the East Coast, then Central, and then West Coast. I don't know if how exactly they work out their time zones, but this is the a lot of this stuff is about the update that I recently just talked about, I believe in the last video or the one right before that, between a voice chat and the Iron Banner update. But there's also a lot more information and a lot more things that that they decided to fix in this update that is being released today. That is why right now this audio recording is so early, but since a lot of you guys have been requesting that I have gameplay over it, I want to wait till the update is actually live in my time zone, which is East Coast. And that way I can end up having it overlay this video. So I'm not late. I am just forcibly having to wait, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so let me just jump right into this. I know I've blabbed on for already like a minute and a half. But alright, so the voice, obviously they added the social feature, which enables users to access a channel for team chat. Match-made teammates will now be able to talk to each other in strikes and team-based Crucible matches. To learn more, okay, toggle between chat channels, which I'm pretty sure it gives you a prompt when you do the D-pad thing or whatever. Weapon, or oh no, my bad, classes. This is really cool. This was actually really unexpected. I didn't actually realize that there were still these other problems. But they fixed an issue in which two players who performed a melee lunge at the same time, like simultaneously at the same time, would actually teleport through each other. That's why you would like go to melee, all of a sudden you'd be like, where'd he go? And you guys would turn around and you'd still be alive. So yeah, that's really weird. They also fixed an issue in which blink strike damage would be caused by colliding with the blink strike rather than the melee impact. Pretty much meaning if the person went to do, which is Arcblade hunters, when we have a blink strike, it's almost like a quick dash, or I think it's kind of like a, I don't think it's a teleporting. No, it's not a teleporting melee, but it's like a quick dash. I mean, like really fast. And it does like extra amount of damage, and there would just be this thing to where I guess like if you just bumped into the person, like if they completely missed the blink strike, but if their body like nudged shoulders with yours, it would still cause damage. So so they fixed that, so there's not that issue. Then they also fixed an issue in which Warlock bonds actually got dismantled into Titan materials, which is really cool because I mean you guys know that I have a character of each. And I have actually had this happen before, but it also happened with some Warlock armors. I can't remember what type it was, but I've had it before to where I dismantled a Warlock armor and it became plasteel platings. So that's really weird. But yeah, I'm glad to see that they fixed that. Okay, and now weapons. This one's really big, really cool. I'm glad that they did this. Now, there's a general and then there's a perk section. Okay, the general is just saying that they reduced the camera shake when you get hit with explosive rounds, because you guys know that my hunter, I use the Fatebringer hand cannon, which is exclusive to the vault, and it has a perk upgrade on it to where it shoots explosive rounds. And if anybody got shot with explosive rounds, you're like, if you're shooting or something, like your shit would flinch, like you'd be looking up to the stars. Like I mean, at certain times it got really bad. So I'm glad that they toned that down a bit. Perks, the clown cartridge, which was it's a perk to a lot of assault rifles or auto rifles, my bad, and I think some snipers and some shotguns, but they actually fixed it now to where the clown cartridge perk, they replaced it in shotgun upgrade trees. Shotguns no longer have clown cartridge, because I think what it did was if you shot or whatever and you missed, it got put right back into your magazine, so you could pretty much like keep firing like it was stupid. So I'm glad that they fixed that. The Head Seeker perk also, they fixed an issue in which bonus precision damage perk did not always get applied. I've had friends that complained about certain guns that they really liked using, but they wouldn't use it in PvP, or in certain scenarios in PvE, just because it wouldn't prompt, it wouldn't trigger, nothing would happen. So that's good that they picked up on that. Now for activities, for missions, the Buried City mission, they fixed an exploit on Mars that would clear all enemies from Clovis Bray. I'm not exactly too sure what area that is, because I mean, usually if I'm farming or I'm doing anything, actually Mars is like one of the planets that I very, very hardly ever go to. So I'm glad that they fixed an exploit like that. Strikes. Winter's Run, they fixed an exploit zone in the Ascor boss encounter. More than likely, the only exploit zone that any of us actually know of is Under the Stairs. So I'm pretty sure that's probably the one they're talking about, unless there was this godly one that just recently came up in the last couple of weeks, which I doubt. And then difficulty will scale less for 3-player fire teams, making strikes less deadly for them. So a lot of you guys know that the more players you have in there, the stronger everything gets, and the more aggressive a lot of the mobs and stuff get. And when you're trying to do like weekly heroic or nightfall, just with all the perks and like the little things that they have added onto it make it difficult. And then when you have like insanely over aggressive AIs just going to town on you, it actually gets like really discouraging to play. So I'm glad that they did that for a lot of people, and it's also good for you new players. Heroics, they fixed an issue in which engrams earned during daily and weekly heroic activities were not displayed in the post-game Carnage report. A lot of you guys know that sometimes what can also happen was that you know that you would get like 4 items or whatever, but when you look through the thing, it would only you would only see 2, but then you would see like 2 more squares after that, but there would be nothing in them. But then when you actually went back out to orbit, it showed you like 4 items. So I'm glad that they fixed that, because that would get a little confusing sometimes. Now here's the part about the Iron Banner, about you got to be level 20 or higher to lead the fire team. If you're lower than level 20, you can still accompany higher levels. Lord Saladin has now 5 reputation ranks instead of just 3, so that's really cool. New features added: the tempered buff, which a lot of you guys already know from the previous video. Same thing for the weapon reforging, so that's really cool. Cinematics, they fixed several issues with the synchronization of cinematic subtitles in various languages. So I'm guessing it just wouldn't prompt correctly, and it would kind of be like you'd see the thing talking or whatever, but yet the words wouldn't be correctly timed. Destinations. Combatants fixed an issue in which Vex Cyclops and Hive Shrieker health bars would not update properly, meaning like for those of you who do Fogoth, when you stand in that back room and the Shrieker spawns, you got to run into the back room, whatever. Even if you try and shoot at the Shrieker, though, you think that the thing's like indestructible almost, because sometimes the health bar won't go down, and you're like, holy shit. But so they fixed that. Reduce the number of stealth sword vandals that spawn in the basement of the terrestrial complex on lower difficulty. So that's good for those of you who are lower levels doing that through campaigns or just in that area, whatever. That'll make it a little a lot less difficult, because we all know them stealth vandals, man. Sometimes they could really fuck you up. Then events, public events now will occur 10 to 15% more frequently in public spaces. So that's really cool for people who are also wanting to get Vanguard marks and Ascendant materials. So that's really cool. Vendors. Now this is one that I got really excited for. Increase the number of bounty slots in the inventory from 5 to 10, which I believe I discussed in like quite a few videos back. They added shaders to Ava Levante's stock in the tower. I'll probably have her right about now in the video. But yeah, shader preview functionality added to vendor and inventory screen. So before you buy them, you could actually check them out, see what they look like. So that way you're not wasting all your glimmer or anything like that. So that's really cool. Emblems on the vendors can now be previewed in the inventory screen. So that's really cool too. Marks and reputation icons and meters were adjusted to better differentiate the two. I'm guessing like instead of one being like or both of them being circles, I think one might be like a triangle now or something. I don't know if that's what that means, not too sure. I'll definitely, obviously, probably around this time in the video, I'll be showing you guys what it actually looks like now. Fixed an issue in which strange coins and motes of light would not route to the postmaster if your inventory was full. Ooh, that would really piss me off. Glad they really fixed that. Fixed an issue in which engrams were not displaying the possible contents in the Cryptarch vendor menu. Okay, so that's pretty good. Even though nobody really ever buys shit from him anyway, because he's a dick. Fixed an issue in which players did not receive bounty or mission credit when assisting in the killing of a Walker or Vex Cyclops. Had that happen before. So guys, I messed up on the previous audio track. This one is actually, okay, the armor stat upgrade potentials added to item compare on vendor and inventory screens, and what that does is, if you guys will see right here, actually next to the stat of the armor, not the armor rating itself, obviously. Well, armor always can tell you what the max is, I believe. I can't remember. But for like the intellect, the discipline, stuff like that, those type of stuff, it'll show you like starting off it's like 10 or whatever out of 18 or something. So that way you can know what the max stat is on it. So that way when you get potentially more and more stuff, especially with the new level cap, you'll be able to understand it better. Now PvP, like I said guys, this update is massive. PvP generalization, okay. Enabled revive scoring for skirmish and salvage. Fixed an exploit with revive scoring when entering a kill volume and having a teammate revive you for easy points. I'm guessing if you tried killing yourself and a teammate just reviving just to pick up on those medic points. I'm not exactly too sure what that is. It's probably like some kind of boosting shit, like a lot of people did that in Battlefield on hardcore. They would kill their teammate or whatever and then revive them. Adjusted join-in progress settings for all playlists to minimize long periods of unbalanced teams due to players quitting out of matches. That's a big one, because not only for people quitting out or whatever, but that's really great because that means that the team that's at a disadvantage because they're missing people, that means that you guys will get teammates a lot faster, a lot sooner, so that way you're not going to be at such a disadvantage during a Crucible match. So that's really great. Added new functionality to match performed fire teams against each other. Okay? This will slowly roll out to all playlists over time, and we'll start with the 3v3 playlist. In 3v3 games, fire teams of 2 or more players will match together more frequently, so that's good. In 6v6 games, fire teams of 4 or more players will match together more frequently. So that's really good. It definitely evens out the teams, and that way it's not going to be like have a full like fire team of 6 or whatever going up against like a fire team of 3, like, and people quitting out and it getting really stupid and easy wins pretty much. Medals won't be beat now triggers correctly when a team wins a game after coming back from a 500-point losing deficit. Mark of the Unbroken no longer requires a minimum player count. Sum of all tiers no longer requires a minimum player count. Sum of all tiers now triggers consistently. Still not. I'm not a big Crucible person, so I'm not exactly too sure what those are. But obviously, I mean, you gain points and XP for all this stuff, so the fact that they are fixing a lot of this stuff, I could tell it's still really good. Maps. First Light. Implemented multiple fixes to stop players from getting into advantageous positions. Okay, I'm guessing like to where if you're not new with the game, you totally know how to just annihilate everything. Blind Watch addressed some balancing issues for control game types by moving zones. Modify. These are multiplayer maps. Man, I feel retarded. Nobody disliked me because of that. I swear to God. Blind Watch adjusts some balancing issues for the control game type by moving zones, modifying routes, and adding cover objects. So that's pretty cool. Adjusted landing and respawn points to accommodate new geometry changes. Added protection to prevent players from getting on top of a pipe high above the intended playable space. I'm trying to think of which one that was. Firebase Delphi added protections to prevent players from getting outside the intended playable area between Control Zone A and the Crane Room. Oh yeah, okay, sweet. Rusted Lands blocked off the monitors above Control Zone A to prevent players from hiding in them. Honestly, I feel like it's been forever since I've done this. Shores of Time added a Vex pillar to prevent players from sniping through the small gap on the ninja platform. Damn, dude, that's some spawn shot shit right there. um, implemented multiple fixes to stop players from getting into unfairly advantageous positions. Okay, Exodus Blue. Multiple fixes implemented to stop players from getting into advantageous positions, especially the giant hose reel near Control Zone A. Fixed an issue with visibility culling behind Control Zone A, meaning that if you're like standing behind it, that the icon symbol thing wouldn't fade or anything like that if somebody was looking at it, so you would have like the jump on them if you knew exactly where they were coming from. Twilight Gap adjusted landing positions to keep players from fighting too soon in rumble matches. Pretty much meaning that the where you spawn or whatever, it's spaced out a lot more. You're not so like right around the corner. Added protections to prevent players from getting into unintended areas. For example, atop the security camera at Control Zone C. So that's really good. And then added geometry to fill in small gaps that let players see out of the world. Okay. Now onto the HUD. Like, I mean, we're almost to the end, guys. I mean, this update is huge. So I'm sorry for such a long video. Please, I'll probably make sure that I have little thumbnails and little annotations for you guys to skip through different sections of this video to help you figure out exactly what part you want to learn about. Okay, this is for the HUD. Improved readability of grenade and melee recharge states, so that's really good. Maybe it has like a percentage or a time on it. Improved the visibility of objectives in the motion tracker, so that's really cool. So it probably has like the flags and stuff on your maps now too. Improved the visual look of Revive Waypoint and Last Man Standing. Added skull modifier descriptions to the navigation mode screen, so that's really cool. So that way, if you guys are like, oh crap, what are the buffs again? You can hit select, pull up your ghost, and you should actually be able to hover over the things now and actually pick what you like are trying to figure out. Fixed an issue in which names of the downed teammates do not always display on screen. Okay, and then Orbit. Orbit, okay, Destiny version number added to the screen, dialogue imagery, fixed an issue in which a PlayStation Plus dialogue was mistakenly shown when selecting a specific PvP activity. A lot of this stuff is just about text and inventory and stuff. It's, yeah. I'll still have the link down in the description below in case if any of you guys couldn't understand what I said, or if you have a better time reading it, I'll definitely have that down there. Excuse me. Alright, menus, okay, general, okay, fixing the issue in which the cursor speed in 4/3, who the fuck does it in 4:3, and PAL was not consistent, that's weird, okay. Roster, network connection quality indicators now added to the roster, that's cool. New icons added to the scoreboard and roster to indicate voice problems due to connection issues, which is your NAT type problems. Inventory, updated spin metal, relic iron, and helium filament icons to better represent in-game visuals. So that's really cool. Fixed the updated several inventory icons. Okay, talent tree icons, cool. Audio, improved audio cues for sticking others and being stuck with certain grenades. Fixed an issue in which an audio cue would not play when completing a bounty. Fixed an issue in which Guardian Down referenced the wrong gender in French, Spanish, and Portuguese. That's pretty funny. And then technical, this is usually probably about the app and some other stuff. Added the ability for the Bungie dock to send in-game alerts and messages. Fixed stability issues across all platforms. Fixed an issue that would cause a rare crash during space flight into activities. Implemented PS3 specific performance optimizations. Fixed some issues causing beetle and lionfish kicks to orbit. So sorry guys, this video went on for so long. We're almost to 20 minutes now. I mean, like, when I say this thing is massive, I'm not kidding you guys. Like, it is just humongous. And yeah, I mean, definitely. I really hope a lot of you guys really enjoyed this video. Hopefully, I have the gameplay a little synced up properly for you guys, so that way you guys can have also a visual representation of what I'm talking about for most of the stuff early on, like in about the first 3/4 of the video. The last quarter was more technical and tech stuff that nobody really cares about. Most of the stuff you guys worry about is like weapons and stuff that actually affects you, like for in game during like what you're doing. But yeah, I really hope this helps a lot of you guys get better informed and hopefully rebuild your trust in Bungie. I mean, I know they're working on a lot of stuff, trying to make us happy again, and I mean, I might start playing it here a little more. But I'm definitely going to have the link in the description below of the exact link of where to actually read all this stuff from. So that way, some of the stuff it said if you want to learn more, click here. That way you guys, if there's any stuff that you guys are confused about and you really want to know more of, you could just go ahead and do so. But yeah, guys, this is going to wrap it up for me. Again, I'm sorry this video is so long. This is the longest video that I've done in quite a long time. And yeah, guys, as always, this has been your boy Dot. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. The link is down in the description below. Oh boy. And of course, as always, don't forget to check out my buddy Jay's stream, most interactive streamer, down to earth dude. And he's got a big ass dead mouse head that he sometimes wears. So you guys definitely should go check him out. All of his links are down in the description as well. And as always, you guys, please, again, don't forget about me. Make sure you sub, you leave that thumbs up, and you definitely stay tuned for the next video. Till next time, this has been your boy Adopt. Peace out.